Hey everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video. My name is Judy. I've been a permanent makeup artist at Effortless PMU here for about 3 years now. I specialize in microblading, ombre brow, eyeliner, and lip blush. If you subscribe, you'll get to see more videos about this industry. Here are 4 things you need to know when choosing a permanent makeup artist. So first things first, you want to make sure the studio passes the health department and the artist herself or himself has a bloodborne pathogen certificate. And that certificate needs to be updated once a year and make sure it is not expired. And all these things should be on the wall when you walk into the studio and it's very visible. So basically, you don't want to just go to your cousin's friend's house basement and get a freaking tattoo on your face. And one other thing is serious infection and transmittable disease can happen when your permanent makeup artist is not clean and haven't gone through the proper training to set up the space, the working space, and to tear it down. One droplet of blood from someone that has hepatitis B can survive on the surface for 7 days if it hasn't been cleaned properly. So number 2, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Every permanent makeup artist has their own style, and you can probably see all that on their Yelp page or their Instagram. So for example, don't choose an artist that does very natural brows when you want brows on fleek all the time. The permanent makeup artist probably will not be comfortable doing it, and the results will probably not be what you hoped for. For example, like a stage makeup artist will probably not do bridal makeup all that well, even though they are both trained in makeup. Number 3, knowledge. So for example, microblading is not for everybody. I know it is very hot right now, but that doesn't mean you should just go out and get it done. And if you go to a permanent makeup artist who's had a great education, they would tell you by the look of your skin how oily it is, how sensitive, and even like with your age and your health, they will let you know maybe you're not a good candidate for microblading, because especially if you have oily skin, the strokes do not heal very crisp. Over time, it will start to blur out bigger and bigger. And like a few months down the road, it will actually look like a very solid, dark eyebrow. And I bet that's not what you wanted when you wanted microblading done. And so you want an artist that can see your face and kind of give you pointers as to what style of eyebrow you should be getting. They shouldn't just do it because you request it, because you're not the professional, we are. We understand how it's gonna look when it's actually healed. Another thing is the design needs to withstand the test of time. And what I mean by that is, this is at the end of the day, a permanent makeup, which means it's a tattoo. It cannot come off as easily as just makeup at the end of the day, or you're following a different trend. It has to look good on you, 3, 5 years, or 10 years from now, because I know people like to market this as a semi-permanent tattoo, but the truth is, especially if the artists go a little bit deeper into the skin, or your skin type is just on the drier side, the tattoo can potentially last for a really long time. So you want to make sure the shape is not you're just following a certain trend at the moment, because let me tell you, how I did my makeup in my 20s is significantly different from how I do it in my 30s. So what if I got a really dark eyebrow done when I was in my 20s, and now, oh man, I regret it. What can I do? And now you have to go do removal, which is a whole nother topic, which we will touch on another video. Comment below if you want to learn more about it. So basically, with permanent makeup, in my opinion, less is more. It's meant to make you look good at your baseline. Like when you wake up, you just want to go to the grocery store really quickly, and you do not want to apply all this makeup on. At your baseline, you look great. And that's what I want for my clients. You can always add more makeup on top of the permanent makeup once it's healed. If you want to go to special events like a wedding or birthday party, feel free to apply makeup. Once the brows has healed, you can do whatever you want to them. 4 is price. Now, so why can somebody charge $1,500 whereas somebody else charges, $150? A whole zero difference. Now, it really all comes down to basic economics. And what I mean is when an artist is busy enough and they've built a name for themselves, it just comes to supply and demand. More people want it, so they're able to keep charging up and up and up. It doesn't even mean that they're using better quality products. They could be using exactly the same products. And of course, with a more seasoned artist, they're able to charge more because first, they just have so much more experience than somebody that just started off. Somebody who started off charging $100 because they need to build their portfolio and their clientele. And one thing to know is when you go to a permanent makeup artist is that if it takes this artist 2 hours to do your eyebrows, whereas it takes a more seasoned artist only 1 hour to tattoo your eyebrows, even though at the end of the day, the outcome can be very similar, but guess whose skin is more damaged at the end of the process? So my goal is I want to get in, get out, implant the color with the least amount of trauma to your skin. And that is what you should look for when you're thinking about a permanent makeup artist. So make sure you do some digging, consult with your artist, go through the whole process with them. They should really lay it out for you. Make sure they advise you on what's the pre-care, what is the aftercare, and maybe what's their workflow like so you can get an idea of what you're expecting from them. Well, that concludes the video. I hope you found it helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.